Welcome to Synergy Markets week ahead video. The purpose of this video is to show those that are subscribed to the trade signals and those that are interested how we identify trade opportunities in FX markets predominantly. So what we will ultimately be doing is you'll be just diving in, seeing how we look at market cycles and harmonics, which are the two main ingredients for our techniques. Before doing that, I must just customary risk warning that these trade signals aren't a regulated activity. That's because there's no personal recommendations. Therefore, you have no access to the Ombudsman or the Compensation Services Scheme. And that obviously, when you trade these signals, you're going to be trading it through an FX broker with CFDs, which are inherently high risk, and you can lose all your money. Let's start. So we've had a really good past couple of weeks since the quiet end of August, beginning of first few days of September, but we've really had some great runners, and I'll cover those. In the week ahead video, I'll be more comprehensive, going over most pairs. And obviously for the isolation videos, which are a daily occurrence, we're only looking at a handful of situations. So yeah, let's start. We'll start with AUD CAD and see what's going on there. So AUD CAD at the moment, let's get on the larger time frame. That's not the best. That's probably a bit better. But this red little squiggle that looks random is ultimately, and I'm not exaggerating this, what I use to make decisions and identify trades. So the theory behind it is a three-wave movement, up or down. It can be sometimes presented to you as simply as that. It's on all time frames as well. So we'll focus here on this movement up. You can see that W. That's not just randomly done. That is a W. You can see a push up. You can see another push up, and you can see another push up. Now, where it gets interesting, you hear the terminology fractal nature. What does fractal mean? Well, fractal means the same thing happening, but on a smaller time frame. So I'm trying to think of something that you can put your mind to make it feel similar. Let's say you're looking under a microscope at, in a biology example where you can see the cultures and the organization of the bacteria, the way they organize themselves. And if you go deeper again, there's further examples of that. This is the same recurring process. So what I want to point out is this 1, 2, 3 here and 1, 2, 3 here. It's on every one of these moves here. So let's just mark it in red. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Basically, it's the same here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here they've given you 3 candles. 1, 2, 3 to the low, or maybe 4. It's not the best example there. That is the general idea of how I trade. Now, amongst this, you get harmonic patterns, which are these, for example, this, blue colored triangles. These are unique measurements ultimately, where you're taking swing points here and here, copying that exact line and laying it out in front of the previous swing low. And it projects. So, that was an incredible projection, and it gave us a high probability that the markets are going to sell off. So the way you frame this in your head is that if you can see, because when it goes up that way, it's also going to come down that way. When you've seen that up, you are waiting for shorts. You're waiting to see the pattern paint itself. M, there's your M. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's level 1 complete. What are the odds it's going to give me level 2? So when you see level 2, you know level 3 is going to come. So you either play for level 2, which I tend to because it's safer, or level 3, you're going to get a run and then a turn at some point. So you have to sort of frame this analysis in your head. It's a lot to organize, but it's also a solid way of approaching the markets. Anyhow, I digress. There's so much going on in charts. So where I've labeled A, B, and then C, D, you can see price came pretty close, 8438. The low was 8, so it missed it by 38 pips. And we're talking about a swing move from here to here, which was 1100 pips. That's how strong harmonics are. Same here. Look how fast and aggressive that move is. Fair enough. 86.10 was a completion. It came down to 84.30. So it was a 100 pip move, but remember the size of that pattern's going to be over 1,000 pips. Even if you held that and put a stop on, yeah, you probably got stopped, but let's say you didn't use a stop. The trade moves in your favor. But just to highlight the ABCD, you can project where price wants to get to. So, it may want to retest these highs up here. For me, I'm not trading this. I'm looking for clean setups. This isn't clean. This is just a good example to show you how the methodology works. Moving on to ADCHF. So remember that drawing? There it is again, the blue one. Identify it on the way up. So that's exactly what we did. 1, 2, 3 to the high. It's not going to be given to you easily sometimes. You need to keep an eye on it. And on the way down, it was quite tricky actually. On the way down, we've got 1, and then you got 1, 2, 3 to the low to give you 2. And then in 3, I can only count so far a 1, a 2, and this is just hanging around in thin air. And notice all these red angular lines. Yeah, they may look random, but I've simply drawn the high to the low and copied it. High to the low. You can see the way it's catching that. It's called a harmonic swing, and it's highlighting the next harmonic swing to, where did this big one come from? Need to leave that one for now. Should have done it in different colors to make it easier to see. So that move is an example of a harmonic. So basically this chart, and when you get onto harmonics, these are swings in price that are sort of in the DNA of the chart. So as you can see, that particular swing is just really respected a lot of times. Not bad, but certainly there. Anyway, you get the drift. So this one, I still expect a third to come down. I'm not really trading it. When you get to trade in the peak or level 3, it can turn on you at any point. So I tend to avoid that. Now let's look closer. So there's a lot of detail here, guys. There's a lot going on. All of this is higher highs and higher lows for me. But each of these, does make the 3. You can count the 3. 1, 2, and 3, and then you have consolidation. That's all consolidation. Same thing here. You can count 1, 2, 3, consolidation. So that's pretty much complete. I'm not going to be trading that. Anyway, moving on. There's a lot more detail here. I mean, you're looking at weeks of rise, days of rise, always using 3 as your yardstick. So this was a great setup for us. We identified this pattern as it's quite problematic in the perspective that we can identify the pattern on the way up, 1, 2, 3. Did it happen here? 1, 2, 3. They look like lower lows and lower highs to me, but that could be the pattern on the way down. But you do expect peak to peak. And you only really want to trade the patterns that are the most attractive looking. This isn't attractive, but still we were able to see what was going on. First of all, we had the Gartley, A, B equals CD, and that came in only up here. This one pinged it, as you can see. Not great trade, but ultimately it was a decent enough. And you can see the other harmonic relationships in it. We also had this harmonic here, the ABCD, into this point here, but we actually took this long. Once we saw market change, you can see here 1, 2, 3 to the low. Once we saw the market change structure here and then break that change, we knew that the closing pressure up here would lead to a further expansion, and that's exactly what we've seen. Now, what it makes me do is I don't want to be buying when a harmonic pattern is completing. It's just a no-no. So I take that as a big swing and we put it on there. And this is a great opportunity to show you exactly what the harmonic situation is about. Look at the market respecting that now. People will take that short there and then, no problems. Me, yeah, I used to do that. And do you know what? I was probably made the most money using these methods, but I lost it all because you get market conditions that screw you over. So yeah, that is amazing pattern. Amazing pattern. The A, B, C, D into the 78.6. That's something I have to write down anyway to I've got to write that down before I forget about it. But yeah, ultimately this was looking short. It does look like it's taken out the highs of consolidation properly now. And we await a retest to see where that wants to go. Now, AUD USD, this is the Mona Lisa in a way for me. Very much Mona Lisa pattern. You can see the pattern on the way up, 1, 2, 3, and on the way down, it's really been extended since, well, COVID. This has started to change perhaps, but still you can identify the first zone. Remember, 1, 2, 3 makes consolidation zone, and the second zone. So this is a big old second zone. I think we're here, and I think this could be push 1, and this is the start of the second push lower within level 2. Now, that's not enough just to jump on the bandwagon. Notice the days. It's done 1 day, 2 days, 3 days of drop. So the market must chop or rise next week. And what we're setting up here, we've got a really good potential situation for us to enter. Just make sure I've got the week count. So that's definitely a week of rise. That's a no net rise, rise, drop. So there is a possibility that this could break here, but I'm looking for a retest. A retest up here or a retest up here, and then I will take my third move lower. We've got a day of drop, second day of drop, third day of drop. You can see that. So I just want to be alerted when we get back to around this area. And yeah, I'm going to save this because I don't want to have to do it again. Moving on. Okay, so Euro AUD. We sent this last week. It's a beautiful trade. Yeah, this was our entry. Not going to go too much into entries. Keep it at a high level. But what did we see? We saw this. So in its own right, this was a consolidation zone, and that was the peak. But as I talked at the beginning of the video about the fractal nature, so I see this as a level 1. I see this as a level 2 at the moment. So what we're looking for are longs. Now, for me, this move up 1, 2, 3 is almost 1, 2, 3, but not quite. It's been a good move, but it's still a lower high to the previous control point. So I need to wait a little bit for this one to present to me again. Yeah, it's a beautiful setup, but I need to wait. Right, EuroCab. There's another one that was a little bit all over the place. I mapped out what I thought could happen. Ultimately, the pattern's really good. So we've got level 1. I think this could be I expect this to be the top of level 2 consolidation. So I'm expecting this to consolidate now for a while. It's one probably to turn off the EuroCAD. Notice the ABCD pulled us right into pretty much that high, but not quite. So it could still splash on there. I am skipping a few pairs, guys, so I don't trade Japanese. And yeah, so Euro NZD, level 1, level 2, and look what we're seeing here, a 1, 2, and we took that 3. That was a real trade. We sent that as a trade. Look, we identified the push 1, push 2, push 3 into consolidation, 1, 2, 3 into consolidation, which is also a Gartley. I'll show you the Gartley. There it is. You could have had the anchor point here or here, but ultimately that led us to another trade. We took this and it was a fantastic trade waiting for a further breaker structure up here. Euro USD, this has been really good to us as well. Really a bit of a head scratcher because we've been debating whether it was the dollar or the euro was going to become victorious here, but we definitely can see structure. We can see a zone of consolidation and another bigger zone. And we can also count 1, 2, 3 to the high. Now, this pullback's quite steep, so it could be a retest of the high, but then we have to look outside a little bit. So we've got the ABCD again, and you can see how it's come in exactly to the pip. What can we see here? A 1, a 2, a 3. Now, trading is confusing because it's not always as simple as that. You've got to think about the counts above the break of structures. So we have 1, 2, and it splashed a third. Is that going to continue? Ultimately, this is a level 2 consolidation we're expecting to see at some point. After seeing 3 pushes, you consolidate, remember? So there's a lot to weigh up in your head as you're navigating these markets. GBP AUD. I think GBP AUD is more done than not. 1, 2, 3 to the high. Steve Morrow, who came up with this whole methodology, not with harmonics, more the market cycle. He would call this Batman's a half Batman high. So when you say half a Batman, you're like, what are they talking about? But this is one of his ears, and the Batman thing. So the normal Batman thing is that, but this is called half a Batman high. Let's see if it works out. Not for me yet. I want to see the first zone of consolidation, then I know where I stand. GBP CAD, really nice. Look what we're seeing. Okay, my mouse doesn't want to do what is fine. So we've got level 1 and we've got level 2. That's how I see that at the moment. We're looking for trades off the 50. We've just smashed through the 50 and I could see 2 days of drop and I expect a third day Excuse me. Is it making any structure here? I mean, it's taken out this, but it's still not broken it. So it's still high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, high, equal low, inside high, higher low. So it's trying to make some structure, but not for me. GU, I see that as making a high, and again, A, B, C, D. Markets come into it. It's just sitting on the completion point, went beyond it. 1, 2, 3 to the high. Change of structure, heavy, heavy move down. NZD-CAD is now lost its, I mean, it's a nightmare. Let's look at this. Where we are, I believe it. Level 1, level 2, level 3 to the low. And this is just a trap false into a consolidation phase. So lows of consolidation, extremely heavy move lower. We'll see where that one goes. Again, not a high quality trade. So there hasn't actually been that many high quality trades I've identified for next week. New Zealand dollar USD, we're short this. We sent this 100 pips higher. What do we see? It's the same as AUD USD. We see level 1, we see level 2, and we've seen a maneuver in here that's caught the eye. So we've made a change, a break, second break, retest, and we had this Gartley. And remember, Gartleys go beyond. I think this is a 100 pip stop. Came to 60 pips, 50, 60 pips. And we're now up 91 pips. So, you've got to give it the wiggle room. When did we send this? We sent this on Friday. Anyway, moving on. Ripple, not doing much, I'm afraid. These cryptos, it's just consolidating in some zone of consolidation. But you can see high, 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 low, high, 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 low. Now gold, insane, impossible. That's the monthly chart. I mean, all you can do is count threes. 1, because this one broke the high. 2, 3. We ignore these. 1, 2. Consolidation. This is another consolidation. It's huge expansion higher. Same for silver, 43. Crazy moves. We were trading this down here. When was our last entry? I haven't. Why are these charts not marked up? I think we took this 1, 2, 3, and in here. Have I got any old markings? I'll have to have a look. Doesn't seem to be the case that this one has lost all of its. That's very strange. My charts have been taken off me on that one. Stellar, a lot of structure going on here. I see that as a big level 1 consolidation, and I see it to move in this manner, 1, 2, 3 higher. Just waiting for that one to play out a bit more. US 500, it's cracked on higher. Brilliant move. Harmonics, these red lines came down here, came down here. Another example of Harmonics. US dollar basket. Now this one is insane as well. On the monthly, you've got that W, remember, and then you have the 1, then you have the 2, and what comes after 1 and 2? That's how you ball trading down, in my opinion. Got a really nice clean move here, change, break, boom. Then we go on to my favorite one, really. Change. This isn't a break. These aren't valid breaks. I don't see. I see this is the break and then the retest. So we have literally gone and done a change, break, retest the change. See where this one wants to go, but the only issue I've got with this 1, 2, 3 up is that I fear this will get taken out. That'll be quite a big move lower. Yeah, I don't really want to experience that, but I do believe that this has a lot of people screwed up right now, including me, as in I'm not screwed up in the trade, just trying to suss it. But we've got the change, we've got the break, we've got this shoulder, head, shoulder, getting people to go short here. Now, are they either going to spring it and then wallop them? I don't know, it's probably a little bit too early, but ultimately that's what I'm seeing. Wall Street, easy stuff. There's the W, there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. I hope you find the information content enlightening slightly, makes you want to explore it more. If that's the case, please direct message me. It's at Synergy Signals. And if you are interested in any of the free trials we offer for the 30-day free trial for our Trade Signals package, you'll see a link in the description. If you are wanting to engage and talk to other like-minded people that follow this kind of analysis, we have a separate chat room. It's under a different name. It's my personal chat room, really, at Melons Trade. You'll find the X page for it, and also I will add the link to this video so you can join that as well. So folks, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the weekend, and I wish you all the best. Cheers.